Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live number 43 with my guest, Dee's Creative Hands Crochet.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry we're a few minutes late. We had a few technical difficulties, but we got it solved, and we are happy to have you. And if you are watching on replay, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on and how you're doing. And so far we have Samantha Stewart came in early, and Karen M, and Eugenia, I guess that's how you would say it. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but welcome in.
Eugenia, she just won one of my giveaways.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. And there's Miss Robin roaming with Rover. Hi, Robin.
Hi, everybody. Glad to see y'all.
So what are you ladies working on? And what are you working on, Deanna? Or Dee, should I say?
Yeah, I'm either or. I'm working on a rug for my dining room.
Oh, that's
I've been
cool.
putzing around with it all day. Yeah, I'm using that ribbon yarn from Hobby. That's what I like to make my rugs out of. And it makes up a nice rug. Nice, heavy. Doesn't slide around. It's expensive, though. That kind of stinks, but it is expensive. But Hobby yarn usually is. Try to catch it on a deal, you know.
Yeah. I love their Horizon cakes, and originally they're like 21 something, but when you can catch it for $8-9 a cake, that is such a good deal because it's little over half price.
Yeah, I got some here. Oh,
yep.
So pretty. Look at those blues. I'm a blue freak, though, you know. Man,
yeah,
I love these things. There's a lot of yardage in them, too.
601 yards.
Yeah, I'm not paying top, you know. The prices they ask is ridiculous. So I buy everything on sale or clearance, or I don't buy it. I used to be a coupon lady, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no full
you
price
would get
here.
along great with my grandmother. She coupons.
Oh, I used to, but then they started putting restrictions. It just got silly, so it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Well,
we have Queen Mama Anita. Welcome. She goes, "Hi, ladies. How are you both?"
Hi.
I'm doing pretty good. Karen M is knitting slippers, crocheting sections for Warm Up America, crocheting loveys, and gardening. And we also have Coffee Angel Crafts. Welcome in. And Dolly Joy, welcome. How are you? And Robin said, "So glad I caught you." Well, I'm glad you were able to catch the live. And there's CB of Hooga Homestead. Welcome, CB. How are you feeling? Well, tonight's trivia is What About Bob with Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss.
I watched it twice
I was actually watching this earlier and had to stop.
Yeah, I watched it twice today. I love that movie. Cracks me up every time. Especially when Richard Dreyfuss gets to the point where he just can't take it no more and he just flips out on him, you know. That part cracks me up.
We have Yarn Motivated Joyce Swinson. She goes, "Glad I can listen in." And Hooga Homestead CB says, "Nausea, but getting through it." Well, I hope the nausea goes away. She's going through treatments, I believe.
Well, my prayers are with you.
Anita's saying, "Anyone else having trouble hearing D?"
Oh boy,
we had this problem before.
Big. Sorry. All right, let me see what I can do here.
You know what? Try leave and come back. Like, You know how I sent you the link? Come back, like completely leave and come back. Maybe that might fix it.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone, about the...
Did it work?
Nope. I say, let me try something.
It's better?
Okay. Say something again.
Hello?
Nope, you're still crackling up. Okay, do you see the red Leave Studio?
Hold on one second.
At the bottom?
At the bottom, Leave Studio. Okay.
Well, yeah, her microphone was messing up and it was so low. And then once she raised it up, I should have told her lower the volume on it a little bit. Maybe it's too loud. Cancer treatments, that's right. I will be praying for you. Here she is.
Okay, is it any better?
Yes, that's much better. It's not crackling anymore.
Oh, good. Oh, that's great. I'm like, this is my first live. Give me a break, man.
But Karen was saying D is a little garbled, but I can figure it out. So she was having trouble. Anita was having trouble. Coffee Angel Craft says much better. So.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Then I can relax. I'll sit down then.
Oh no, I forgot my little paper with my cheat sheet names on it. Hold on. It's somewhere right here. There it is. No, that ain't it. I have it right here. There it is.
Got it?
Yeah. And Coffee Angel Crafts, you're not on here. I forgot your name. I should know it. Let me know your name, Coffee Angel Crafts.
You know, that's a good idea. I should make a list like that too. Seriously. Because I feel bad sometimes. I have to call people by their, their channel names. And
Lynette. Okay. Thank you, Lynette. It's nice to know your name and welcome. Dolly Joy says I'm in my, and it cut off. I don't know what she's meaning.
you know what? I'm getting feedback from out there. He's watching us. I'm going to shut the door.
Okay. And welcome in Patricia Walker. She's my grandmother.
Hi,
CB.
I cannot see that far away. Read this.
My mind just completely went blank. CB, if you're having some nausea, dry crackers and Sprite.
Oh, that's great. $10. Good deal. Talking to your grandma.
She saved $77.71.
Wow.
Oh, Dolly's in her second round of chemotherapy. That's what she was trying to say. Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, bless your heart. We'll pray for you.
Yes. We have Nicole Veers here. Welcome in.
Hello.
So, would you like to tell them a little bit about yourself and about your channel?
Sure. My name's Dee. I'm mother of 4 and grandmother of 13 and getting ready to be a great grandma. I live live in Michigan, and it's raining and cold. I've been, let's see, it's been about 3 weeks, I guess. I've had my channel, and I was telling Crystal before we came on that it just amazes me how welcoming y'all are. You know, the community itself. I mean, the other channels and the people and all that. It's just amazing. And I crochet every day. There's a day goes by in years that I haven't crocheted. And I'm always either making something for the house or, something for the grandkids or something. So I crochet all the time. I do follow patterns from time to time, but mostly I just kind of free form it, do my own thing. But they're, like I love Crystal from Bag Days patterns and.
Mhm.
I wanted to tell you, I haven't tried amigurumi, and I have a whole bunch of amigurumi stuff that I've been kind of collecting. And after seeing your cardinals and how awesome they were, I'm like, man, I might try that after all, because like I have Paul McCartney and Sophia from the Golden Girls up here, up
Mhm.
here behind me, and my sister did them for me, and my octopus in my bathroom, my sister did. And so I've never tried amigurumi. I have a hard time with that word. So I've never tried it, but your cardinal has kind of inspired me. I'm thinking,
Aw.
man, I could make a peacock, because I like peacocks. Man, I could make a
Mhm.
peacock, or, I don't know. I'll putz around with it a little bit because it just seems like there's all this little stuff. I don't know. What do you
I
think?
use 4-weight yarn and a 4 millimeter hook most of the time.
Really?
I
See, I
don't
wouldn't
use
have
small
thought you'd
hooks.
use four yarn. I wouldn't have thought. I would have thought three and
Yeah.
below.
And
Wow,
the
really?
different thing about my patterns is I do them in joined rounds, not continuous spirals. So it's easier to
Uh,
keep track of your rounds.
okay, well, I'm gonna have to check into that, man. I'd like to try it. I mean, I get so envious. I see everybody's stuff all the time. I'm like, man, I wish I could do that, but it just looks tedious to me. I don't know.
Well, are
I guess
you
it's one of
able
those things that
to?
stick out.
Yeah, I can understand that. The very first time I did an amigurumi, it was a little monkey, and you could see straight through to the stuffing. I didn't know anything about you had to watch your tension and crochet a little tighter and all that. So, but as I did more amigurumis as I went, I figured out, how to control your tension, how to make the stitch tighter so you didn't expose any of the stuffing or the stuffing wouldn't get pulled out or, you know, and I
Well,
was
see, the only
easily losing track of when you work in a
yeah,
continuous circle. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I did that gnome from Annie's Kits. It's like the Hook and Needle Club or something like that. It's my door stopper. And I
hmm
think I told you this the other night. You're supposed to crochet these little balls for his hands and a little ball for his nose and
hmm
little balls for his feet. And I said, oh no, I don't think I could do that part. And I ended up putting beads there. But I think it turned out really cute because he's got little piggy toes, little thumbs, and whatever. I think it turned out really cute, but that was me chickening out, being yeah, that was me chickening out because I don't know about this little ball. I mean, to make this part, yeah, no problem. But the little
yeah.
balls and ears and all that, I just, ooh, wow. I know. It's so funny because people look at some of my stuff and they go, how do you do that? And to me, it's not that big of a deal. I look at it and amigurumi that way, like, wow. Yeah, that's, oof, I don't know.
Um,
Maybe I'll try it.
Nicole says, "Oh, where about Michigan? I was born and raised in Metro Detroit area."
Me too. Me too. I grew up in Taylor, which is kind of a bigger city, but I lived in
Mhm.
the suburbs. And now I live in Sumter, which is almost to the Ohio borderline. There's like one city, Monroe, between me and the Ohio borderline. So I'm right at the bottom of Michigan,
Mm.
about a half hour
We
away from them.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm about a half hour away from the state line. That's all I was going to say.
Ah. I was just going to say we have Diana and Samantha and Christina just come in. Welcome. And Huga Homestess, 13 grandbabies. Isn't that what they call a baker's dozen?
It is. Yeah. I don't think we're going to have any more. I think everybody's done because my youngest is 10, and then my oldest grandchild is 23. So there's a whole bunch of teenagers, and I think everybody's done. So I think that's going to be it. But then my boyfriend, Mark, he has like 6 or 7. So between the two of us, we've got 20 plus, so a lot of kids. Christmas is something else.
We have Abe that just joined us. Something about gardening. You're one that's on my cheat sheet. Welcome in, Abe. How are you? And thank you so much, Samantha. I still haven't seen Tom. He's still been gone.
Oh no, he hasn't come back yet.
No.
Now, where do you live, Crystal? Do you live in the country, or you live in a town, or?
Yeah, we're kind of like, we're not deep in the woods or anything, but we are on the outskirts of the city limits. So, okay, yes, we are in the country.
Okay, so maybe he's just out in the woods.
He could be, but I mean, he is a fixed cat, so I mean, he don't wander too far, really. I mean, the most he was gone when he was not fixed was 4 days, and I was afraid he was off somewhere dead in a ditch. But
how long has it been?
He eventually. Well, this evening will be not 2 days. So
okay, so I wouldn't start freaking out too bad for another couple of days if he's been gone, 4 days before.
Yeah.
I got a female kitty and she's fixed, and she likes to hunt. And sometimes, she loves being outside unless it's raining or snowing. She's sissy about that. But any other time, she likes to be outside. She's in the house today. It's raining. She ain't going. But she hunts everything. She brings me birds and frogs and mice and, oh my goodness, groundhog. She brought me a groundhog.
Wow.
That thing weighed more than her. And rabbits, and she's just a hunter. There's nothing I can do to stop her from doing it.
Yeah.
And I rescued her at a pound. I rescued her, so it wasn't like she was a feral cat. She was just a baby kitten when I got her. So I don't know. She likes hunting animals. I don't know. So she'll disappear like that, but it's usually because she's found a good spot or something.
Yeah.
So.
I'm hoping so. He's my little buddy, and I just I'm always looking for him, because we used to have some dogs that used to run around next door, and they would antagonize him. One of them, before one of the dogs got run over, was a cat killer. It killed like 2 different cats from our neighbors. So I was always looking for him, always worried. But
oh yeah.
So yeah, there's dogs in this neighborhood, but he mostly stays around the house. And just to call for him and him not come is unusual. And then so that's why, it's yeah.
Like I said, he was gone once before for 4 days. I wouldn't panic. The weather's getting nice, And maybe he's enjoying the weather and being outside,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's strictly an outside cat. Both of my cats are strictly outside. So he's probably somewhere, but I mean, he goes to the neighbors where there are cats over there. So he might be over there. And me and my mom went over there and met our new neighbors that just recently moved in. And they thought that they seen him yesterday or this morning. So
that's a good sign.
It's possible he's over there and just won't leave. So
he got himself a new friend or something.
Yeah. Yes, I said hi to you, Samantha, and we also have Christy, and welcoming Christy. She says, hello, everyone, crocheting and lurking. And Abe, I was saying you're on my little cheat sheet with my name so I can remember your name.
I'm going to make me one of those. That's a great idea.
CB says he is out there having a good time. Don't worry, Crystal. He will be back from his adventures. I sure hope so.
Yeah.
I think earlier this week, like Monday, he had gotten a cat fight with another cat that was over here. And I think he whooped up on that cat pretty good because there was fur all over the place and it wasn't from him. So,
Oh boy. He's
he's
out kicking
originally
butt in the neighborhood.
Diana
Like I
says
said,
neighbors may be friendly to him and feed him too. My cat wants out to hunt and be with the neighbors' cats. Yeah, but see, when I found him as a kitten, he was completely feral. I mean, wild as can be. And it took me weeks to get him tame. But he's still skittish when new people come up and he don't know him, he runs. So I don't think anybody could have got him, or he would have let anybody else pick him up. So
yeah.
he's somewhere.
Let me tell you a funny story. When my kids were growing up, we lived in town in, considered suburbs, but shoot, the malls and everything was within a mile. And we had a solid black cat, which my TT is. I have a solid black cat again. But she had, her name was Lucky, and she actually lived to be 28 years old, that cat. My vet couldn't even believe, he'd argue with him. I said, she was born in my linen closet. I know when she was born. But anyways, so she would leave, and sometimes she'd be gone a couple of days, and we lived in town, so I would be a nervous wreck, calling her, Lucky, Lucky. She wouldn't come home. So one day I see my neighbor across the road and down about 4 houses, and he's holding her. I'm walking down there. I said, "That's my cat." He goes, "No, it's not. That's my cat." I said, "No, that's my cat. She was born in my linen closet." He said, "Well, she's here 3 or 4 days a week." I said, "Well, she's at my house the other 3 or 4 days a week." So that cat had 2 homes.
Wow.
And her whole life, she had 2 homes. She would spend 2 or 3, 4 days with me and 2 or 3, 4 days with them and come back and forth. She's fat and sassy and, whatever. And he said, "Well, what's her name?" And I said, "Lucky." He said, "I just call her Kitty Kitty." I said, "Well, she'll come to that too, but her name is Lucky." So it got to be a joke with us. The neighbors and me, we co-owned a cat. So, you know. But yeah, that's it. She would disappear and be like, "Where the heck is she?" Cuddled up with them guys. So that was kind of a
Yeah.
funny story. My neighbors fed her just as much as I did. Imagine if she got bored with their food, she came over to back home.
Yeah, and there is a couple of outside cats that the neighbors have, and they feed them and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure if they did see him, then he said that he went and ate and everything. So I think he's just curled up somewhere, and
Yeah, well,
hopefully
like I
he'll
said,
be
with the
back.
weather getting nice, he might
Hmm.
just be enjoying himself.
We have Nancy McDonald here. Hi, welcome in.
Hi.
Karen says the cat was lucky for sure.
Yeah, real lucky. She got spoiled rotten in 2 houses.
Abe says, I love orange tabby cats. There's actually an orange tabby cat 2 houses down. He goes by the name of Little Bit.
A little bit. Aw. I used to have a chihuahua named Squirt. He'd be slap at me and say, "He's just a little squirt."
I used to call Tom Squirt.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's just out having some fun with the nice weather coming and stuff. I got confidence. He'll be back. This thing's getting so big, it's hard to move around to get a full row in. It's getting heavy.
Yeah, I did a blanket for my aunt, and she wanted it like a throw, but it ended up being more like for a twin bed. And by the end of it, it was so heavy. Every time I turned it, I just kind of rolled it up, and then
Yeah,
would just flip it around. That just, ugh.
you ever do one of those scraptastic blankets where you use three, yarns at the same time or whatever, and all you do is half double crochets, and it ends up being beautiful. I mean, I have one in my tour of my house on my spare room on the bed, and you just out of the three strands of yarn, you stay one color consistent, and I stayed gray through the whole thing. And then the other ones, you just take every little piece of yarn you got and crochet it in, and it ends up being so pretty. Of course, mine had
I have to
sparkles in
remember that.
it. Yeah, boy, and heavy. It's almost like one of those weighted blankets,
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's so nice. But definitely for warm weather. That's not something you can cover up with now. But
We
it's
have M.O.B.S,
awesome.
Yarnery, and Cooking. Welcome in, Ashley.
If you guys ever been to my channel, you know I don't shut up. I'm sorry, Crystal.
It's
I'm a
okay.
talker. I am a talker for sure.
Well, and also we have this lag that's in StreamYard. It takes a couple of seconds before, like when I pause, I'm still talking on her end. So, and vice versa. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Um,
I don't mean to interrupt.
I don't either. We have Mindy Park. Hello, Mindy. Welcome in. How are you? The only scrap blanket I have made is this one back here, and I just change color every time the yarn ran out, and it's all different kinds of colors. But I would
Yeah, like
like
I
to
said,
make
that
one that
one.
has 3 different colors.
Yeah, that one's pretty neat. And like, Mark, I told you before, he likes, well, I don't know how many of you been to my channel and listened to me ramble, but he loves to use my adding machine to make hats. And he always makes them real vibrant colors because most of his family lives in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And their winter lasts even longer than ours, and they're all hunters. And so he always makes neon orange and, for the girls, neon colors because the whole family hunts. All the women, all the men, they all hunt. And he's
Uh-huh.
forever on this Addy. He's on this Addy making hats and whatnot. And so I had scraps of neon yarn. I kept thinking, ooh, do I want to put those in a blanket? Because I had scraps. And I was like,
Yeah.
how's that going to look? Well, it ended up being okay. I was really surprised. As long as you run that one strand of the consistent color, it doesn't matter what color you put in there. And it could be a little, use little piece all the way up to a half a skein or whatever. Looks
Mm-hmm.
great. I was really happy about the way it turned out.
Welcome back, Lynette. I had to look at my cheat sheet there. I almost forgot it. But she goes, at first she said, I made Outback. And I'm thinking, oh, you made Outback, steakhouse. But then she goes, it. And I'm like, oh, you made it back. Okay. Well, welcome back. So I do have, if you're not a part of her channel, I do have it pinned to the top of the comments and also in the description box. So go check
Yeah,
out
come on
Dee's
over.
Creative Crochet. And also, I believe you just hit a milestone, correct?
Yeah, two within 2 days. I had 300, then I hit 400. Now I'm over 400. So yeah,
Wow.
within 2 days I hit 34. I know, isn't it awesome? That's what I was saying. How supportive everybody's been. It's just
Mm-hmm.
blows me away. So I'm doing giveaways, So I got another giveaway. I got to put together. I just got together the 300. Now I got to do the 400. So hey, I'm
Well,
destashing, man. That was my plan here. So
100 more, and you'll get a community tab.
I know. tell me about that. What is a community tab exactly? I mean, is that where, I see people that put just a picture up and they have something to say. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, that's
It's
what I
you
thought.
can post a picture, you can share out videos, you can make polls for people to vote on stuff,
Okay,
um,
yeah.
post
Oh, I'm excited.
announcements. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay. So I just got, well, I think I was at 420 or something like that when I come on today. So I don't know,
Awesome.
maybe a couple of weeks or something I'll have that. That'd be great. I'm having a lot of
Well,
fun with this.
Christy just threw yarn in your window.
Well, thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Everybody's so nice.
Hmm.
Chris,
They are.
Crystal just welcomed me in. I mean, you want to come on, come on. I was like, wow, okay. That was nice. I appreciate that, Crystal.
Oh, you're very welcome. I like to help out people no matter if it's with technology stuff, like say if they have a question about StreamYard or how to start a channel or how do I get to my settings on YouTube? How do I check my subscriber if they're public or not? Subscriptions. No matter what, I just like to help people out. So if anybody ever needs any help on anything, just send me an email and I'll help you as much as I can. So
And she's awesome. She's very patient. I have no idea how to do a live, nothing about StreamYard. And she just was like, boom, boom, boom. You do this, do this, do this. And here I am. So it worked. But
well,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
that's pretty neat. I appreciate that. And, helping me figure out things. That was awesome. I appreciate the help.
I've helped a couple other people too, like Charity of Frog Crochet. I helped her figure out some stuff because she's not tech savvy whatsoever. She is, um, she had her daughter help her, and I'm sitting there talking to both of them, trying to walk them through everything, and
Well,
they
that's
finally got it.
awesome that
Now
you
she
help
knows how to
everybody.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
awesome.
then Robin of Roaming with Rover, she wanted to start going live, and so I helped her figure out how to do all that and set it up. And
Yeah, I want to start doing that
yeah,
too, I think.
thank you, Nancy. And I'm sorry, Nightbot just warned you about the symbols. But thank you. She goes, D, Crystal is awesome. Thank you.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's,
Oh,
like I
there's
said, welcoming
Melanie.
me
Hi,
and helping
Melanie.
me. And I wish I could see that far. Hello. I got my computer set on the other side of my little island here in my craft room, and it's too far away. I really can't read the chat too good unless I bring up the bifocals and squint. So you guys,
All right. Well, we're 33 minutes in, and today I have 15 questions for trivia. Abe says, I still got to do a live one of these days. Well, if you ever want to come live with me, let me know. Just send me an email. I like how I have 4 monthly lives that I do with the same people each month, and then the rest is free. And I do 8 to 9 lives a month. So, all right. So our trivia. Oh, Anita, Queen Mama, threw yarn in your window, D.
oh, thank you. Thanks,
She
everybody.
is
I appreciate it.
supportive. Anita is. All right.
I
So I'm gonna
appreciate
put my
that.
banner up.
This
All right.
thing,
So
oh maybe I picked the wrong project to work on while I'm sitting here, huh? Holy moly.
yeah. Oh, well, there's Charity. She's stuck in ads. So today's trivia is what about Bob? It is with Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss. This is from 1991. And this is what the back says, in case y'all are not familiar with it. Comic wizard Bill Murray teams up with the Academy Award winner Richard Dreyfuss in an outrageously wild comedy that's sure to drive you off the deep end. Murray plays Bob, a troubled but lovable therapy patient who fears everything. After seeking help from a noted psychiatrist, Bob feels revived, but when the good doctor skips town to go on a quiet family vacation, Bob's afraid of being alone, follows showing up unexpectedly at the therapist's lakeside retreat. That's when the fun really begins. Bob innocently becomes the house guest that just won't leave, endearing himself to the other family members and in the end driving the stressed out shrink absolutely crazy.
I love that movie. One of my favorite comedies. They just crack me up.
Mm-hmm.
Baby steps, baby steps. It cracks me up. I watched it twice today just so I know what you're talking about because I haven't watched it in years. And I rented it actually because I couldn't find it on any of my little things, you know. And I watched it twice today. I laughed both times. I watched it one right after another. I laughed both times. So that's a good one. If you need to chuckle, that's for sure.
Yeah. Abe goes, actual yarn. I think he's referring to Queen Mama Anita says, through yarn in your window, D. Okay, what that means, Abe, is when we subscribe to a Yarny channel, we say through some yarn in your window, meaning we subscribe to your channel. But, you know, like if you're a gardening channel, we could say, so we threw seeds in your window or something like that, kind of.
Or dirt, you know.
Or dirt. Dolly says, just found you both today. I'm subscribed to both of you. I'm glad I found you, ladies. Well, I'm glad I found that you found us both.
Yeah, I'm very glad.
Now, on my channel, I do a little bit more than just crochet and knitting stuff. I do gardening. Well, not really garden. I show updates on my plants and what we're growing in our garden. I have 2 cats, Tom and Oreo. I show them sometimes. And I have 4 chickens. So, and I show them sometimes. So,
I'm still thinking about the chickens, Crystal. I might end up getting me some.
well, you could make one of these, and then you just have a stuffed chicken.
Yeah, stuffed chickens rather than real ones, right?
They
I
don't.
might do better with the real ones. What's that?
I said they don't go to the bathroom all over the place.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't have to feed them. So.
All right. So some fun little interesting facts about the movie that I found was you can the asylum, the insane asylum that they show in the movie is that says you can visit the insane asylum from the movie. Located in Bedford, Virginia, it's actually a retirement home, and it's not a real insane asylum.
Okay, I'll call you in a little while. Sorry.
It's okay.
Mark's leaving to go work on the truck.
Do what?
I said Mark's just leaving to go work on that truck again.
Oh, okay. Hi, Charity. Welcome in. How are you? Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss did not get along on set, so that made the tension that was in the movie even more real.
Oh, yeah. It did seem kind of real, didn't it? They getting aggravated with one another. Yeah.
The director, Frank Oz, worried they were making a bad movie. Woody Allen almost starred in the film, could have written and directed it too, but it didn't happen that way. Richard Dreyfuss sued Disney over the film in 2015 due to TV and motion picture companies that might have withheld money he might have been owed.
Oh, wow.
Bob's hypochondriac conditions are based on real disorders. And the kid that played the doctor's son is now actually a lawyer in real life.
Sydney or whatever.
Yeah.
I think what's his name, the kid, Sydney. Yeah.
Charity says, I found 14 new skeins of yarn for $1 each at secondhand shop today. That's awesome.
Oh, man, I never find yarn in my... I'm a thrift store person, and I never find yarn. Never. Not once. I see people coming out with, hand-dyed hanks and all this. I've never seen not one ball of yarn in any of my thrift stores. At all.
We sometimes find it at Goodwill.
Do ya?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the problem, because they don't have a Goodwill real close to me, so maybe that's where I can go and look. I did find a good deal on Marketplace, though, today. Real good deal. Yep, I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. Like I don't have enough yarn, right?
Hey, but you can't pass up a good deal or a good sale.
Not like that. No, not like that. I'll have to show it on the channel tomorrow.
Let's see. So the first now I do have 15 questions, and they're pretty easy, I think. For those that know the movie, I think they're pretty easy. So, yeah. Question 1. What is Bob's last name? A, West, B, Whitney, C, Wiley, or D, White?
It's not fair for me to answer. I watched it twice today.
My grandmother says no more good deals there. They stopped the 75% off on Monday this week. Well, that stinks.
All right.
See, in our Goodwill, they go by a sticker system, and it's different colored. It's like one is blue, one is purple, one is orange, one's red. And each week, they say, like, this past week, orange was 25% off, I think. So anything you find with an orange tag would be 25% off the amount. But
oh, that's cool. Yeah, they have a Salvation Army by me, and they're getting ready to close their doors. They're moving to a bigger store in a different town. And they have a place called Damascus House, which I believe is run by a church. That place usually has some good stuff. I found some good vintage crochet books and knitting books and stuff there. But, not a whole lot of yarn. I mean, nothing, nothing you could really do anything with. But on Marketplace, different story. Mark bought me a truckload. When I say a truck, I mean a pickup truck, that 8-foot bed, full, taller than me, 25 garbage bags of yarn. He found on Marketplace. He paid $200 for it. That's why I'm destashing. I mean, you got to be kidding me. He brought in 25 stuff that you couldn't hardly find them. Garbage bags. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, this is out of control. I got to do something. So I'm giving away. I'm doing my giveaways, so.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start sending out Happy Mail too, so you just might end up with something. Yeah, I'm going to start sending out the Happy Mail and stuff. It's important to me. I like to give things. I'm just that kind of person. I mean, I could always sell it on Marketplace too. But I just
Yeah.
don't feel like dealing with all that. I'd rather just give it to somebody and make them happy.
Well, that is sweet. Charity says the place I got it from cleans out estates and resells it.
Oh, that's a good deal there. State sales are usually really good.
Well, Karen says C, Wiley. Patricia says C. Charity says C. Diana says A. Nancy says, I never saw the movie. You need to. It's funny.
Oh, it's funny, Nancy. You should watch it.
Anita says, I'll go with Bob White because, oh, it just jumped. Bob White because of the bird. I have no idea.
There's a bird called the Bob White.
I think that's what she's meaning, but she'll go with White.
Yeah.
And Abe says, I should start making yarn just as an experiment. If you got sheep or alpacas, you can, the fur you get off them, you can make yarn with.
I've always wanted to learn how to spin. I thought that'd be fun.
I know how to spin yarn, like with the drop spindle, but I don't know how to comb it out and get it ready to spin.
Yeah. Imagine that's quite a process, having to get it clean and all the knots out of it and whatever else. Gnats and whatnot, yeah. Sounds like an awful lot of work, doesn't it? Here we just go to the store and buy it.
Huh. Diana says, what would be hard and dark colored in a skein of yarn? The yarn was cut to halfway into the skein. New and bought as lot number 12.
Black and cut it? Huh. Maybe a tool or something. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Well, the answer to question 1 is C, Wiley. His name's Bob Wiley. Question 2, what kind of pet does Bob have? A, a cat, B, a fish, C, a dog, or D, a hamster? Oh, she says torn up inside.
Like a mouse got into it, or?
I have no idea.
Huh.
That is strange. Maybe something happened, like the machine while winding it, and they didn't catch it.
That is really weird. Never heard of that. Was it a natural spun yarn or what kind of yarn was it? Wrong project.
Nancy says D. Karen says B, a fish. Anita says D. I keep looking at the wrong question. Patricia says fish, which is B. Abe says D. Yeah, that would be a stinker of a deal. All right, so the answer to that one is B. He has a fish. I don't know if it shows right here or not. No, it don't. But when he first arrives in the movie where his psychiatrist is, He has a jar hanging around his neck with his fish in it.
Oh man.
Question 3. What is Bob's pet named?
I was just trying to think of that while we were talking about it.
Good night, Christina Curry. I hope you have a great evening and a good weekend. Oh, and tomorrow night at 5 p.m., I will be drawing the semifinalists not the semifinalists, be drawing the grand prize winner for the Crystals Collab 1K giveaway. And I'll be doing that live. Finally get to draw. Okay, so the answers to that, or options, should I say, to what is Bob's pet named? A, Freddie, B, Gil, C, Kip, or D, Fluffy. Good night, Nancy. Thanks for coming in. I hope you have a great night and a wonderful weekend also.
Good night. I'm not allowed to guess.
Karen says B, Gil. Patricia says B. Anita says D. Abe says C. And Melanie says D. And 2 of you got it right. The answer was B, Gil. What is Bob's psychiatrist named? Or let me rephrase that. What is Bob's psychiatrist name? A, Dr. Lou Martin. B, Dr. Leo Marvin. C, Dr. Leo Martin. Or D, Dr. Lou Marvin. Diana, she says it was Red Heart Super Saver. Since it's an acrylic, maybe it got melted in the factory. And they didn't
That's the only thing I can think of. Unless something tried to nest in it. Like a mouse or something. I guess it all depends on how they keep it in the factory.
Mm-hmm.
I'd call and complain about it.
Abe goes, that's too fishy. Anita goes, D has to be the answer to one of them.
You're going to keep trying that D, huh?
Karen guesses Leo Marvin, which that is B. Abe guesses A, Dr. Lou Martin. And the answer to that one is B, Dr. Leo Marvin. I'm going to be giving the answers quicker on these because there's 15 of them. Anita goes, I can't remember yesterday, let alone 20 years ago.
Right. That's why I watched it today. I thought I ain't going to know none of it.
And Lynette says C, which I think she might be behind, and I think Diana might be behind. She just said Gil. What is the title of the new book that helped Bob? A, Walk This Way. B, Baby Talk. C, Tiny, Tiny Steps. Or D, Baby Steps. And Abe says, I'm not old, but same. Laugh out loud. I'm going to try to type in the chat and tell her to, let me see. But she is behind. She's still answering B for Gil. Let's see. Abe says E. Anita says D. Patricia says D. Lynette, I remembered it that time, says D. And y'all are all correct. The answer is D, baby steps. What is the reason Bob claims that he and his wife got divorced? A, she loved Neil Simon. B, she loved Lou Diamond Phillips. C, she loved Neil Sedaka. Or D, she loved Neil Diamond.
You don't know who Neil Sedaka is?
No.
You're young. You're a youngin'.
Anita says D. Ouch. Well, I finally knitted on my knit shawl last night, 3 rows. I haven't knitted in a week. Anita says D. Samantha says D. Abe says E, all of the above. Then he says B. And Lynette says, Neil Diamond rocks.
Yep.
Patricia says D. Karen says, Neil Sedaka. Don't know this one. Welcome in, Joanne. How are you?
I think Neil Sedaka was a singer in the 70s. I'm going to say 70s.
Diana, well, I don't know. It'll be a couple of minutes before she can hear me. Tap your screen, and in the left-hand corner where the volume is, there should be a word that says live. Click that, and it should turn red. That means you're not lagging behind anymore. Okay, so the answer. Oh, okay. She meant Karen meant I didn't know the answer off the top of my head, so I guess Neil Sedaka.
Oh, okay.
The answer to that one is D, Neil Diamond. Joanne goes, love this movie. I do too. I was trying to watch it earlier. Number 8. What are the names of the psychiatrist's kids? A. Sandy and Einstein. B. Tammy and Steve. C. Hammy and Siegfried. Or D. Anna and Sigmund.
I think I gave this one away earlier.
Well, some people came in after that, so they might have not heard you.
Oh, okay.
Karen says Anna and Sigmund, which is D. Anita says D. You're going with D today, aren't you? Abe says C. And Joanne says B. And Diana guesses C. Are you up to date, Diana? Anita goes, yep. If you stick with D, you might get a few of them. Out of 15, some of them have to be D, huh? All right, so the answer to this one is D, Anna and Sigmund, or Siggy. In which state are the Marvin family vacationing in? I actually missed this question. A, Vermont, B, Maine, C, New York, or D, New Hampshire.
I gotta open the door. I'm getting too warm in here.
Okay.
Which means my dogs may come running in. Unless we're laying down. Pouring soda.
Anita says, I'll probably do better than I did watching Waterworld. I actually went and watched Waterworld that night. And I tried to start watching What About Bob today, but then I had to stop and go tend to well, I didn't water the garden, but I helped to move the hose, and then I came inside, got ready, and then it was time to go live, so I didn't get to finish it. Let's see.
I actually put on makeup today. Just for
I
this.
have some purple eyeshadow, but you can't see it too well because of my glasses are in the way. I don't know if I read Melanie's, but I think she says D about this question, but I'm not sure. Abe says A. Anita says D. Charity says D. Karen says D. Joanne says D. And Melanie is welcoming in your doggies.
They must be laying down or something. Otherwise, they'd usually be right in here.
And the answer, I think, well, I think so. I think she's still lagging, but it's not too bad. I think she's only about one question behind, so. Yeah, I loved Waterworld too, Melanie. That little girl was precious. The answer to that one is D, New Hampshire. All right. Number 9. What television news show does a story on the new book? A, Today. B, Regis and Kathy Lee. C, Phil Donahue. Or D, Good Morning America.
Where do you get your questions from, Crystal?
Let me see.
I mean, do you make them up yourself after watching the movie, or?
No, I
Look
actually
them
get them off
up?
the site.
Oh, okay.
It is movie trivia. Let me see. .com.
Well, you don't
Now,
have to
they
give away
don't
all your
have every
secrets.
movie, but they have quite a bit. Bye, Lynette. Yeah, Lynette. Have a good night, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Karen guesses B. Anita guesses D. Joanne guesses B. And the answer to that one is D, Good Morning America. Just as I said, Frog Crochet did get it finally popped up. But she said D also, and Abe says A. What is Dr. Marvin's sister's name? A, Lucy. B, Linda. C, Lorraine. Or D, Lily. Never watched the movie, just guessing. That's fine. Half the time when I'm on Connie's live and I'm guessing in the comments to her trivia, I'm just guessing myself. Abe says B. Melanie says D. Diana says A. Welcome back. And Anita goes with D again. She goes, love lilies.
My
I like
favorite
lilies
flower.
too. They smell great.
My favorite flower is a stargazer lily. I love them.
They
I
are
got them
pretty.
tattooed on my leg. You know, me and my tattoos. I got them tattooed up and down my leg. So.
Karen says D. And Joanne says A. Had you Chromecast TV, so had to stop that too. Oh, okay. And Charity's going to guess A. And the answer to that one is D, Lily. What is the name of the couple that owned the coffee shop? I missed this one. A, the Brewsters. B, the Crabapples. C, the Gutmans. Or D, the Severins.
They crack me up. They lead him right to the house. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we can't stand him. Take that guy
That's
right up
about
there.
where I got to today. They had dropped him off, and the psychiatrist was outside, and he said, "Here, I'm going to write you for a prescription for a vacation." And then he ended up showing back at the house, bringing flowers, and that's where I stopped.
Yeah.
Diana says C. Karen says C. Anita says C. Abe goes, I'm getting most wrong, so I guess B. Joanne says A. It's fine to just guess, even if you are wrong. It's, you know.
When you go back and watch a movie, then you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've probably watched that movie 10 times in my life.
Yeah. I think I've seen it quite a few times myself, and not this Tuesday, but I think Friday of next week I'm doing Scrooged with Bill Murray.
I love Bill Murray.
I do
Just
too.
anything he's in, he cracks me up.
All right, so the answer to that one was C, the Gutmans.
Today I did my video on the 23 questions that you sent.
Mm-hmm. I watched
non-yarny questions. Yeah, and after I got off there, I was like, my favorite comedian is Robin Williams. Why didn't I think of him? All the answers came to me after I got done. I was like,
yeah.
I thought I could just, read them and wing it. I got there like, Robin Williams is my favorite.
Yeah. I really liked him. I always I even have a couple of his movies in there. And when I found out he passed away, I literally cried. I was so shocked.
Yeah, so did I.
I cried when I found out Sean Connery died. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man.
I know, he was awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
the worst one though is you asked about music, and my favorite kind of music is blues.
Mm-hmm.
And but I listen to classic rock most time or country, but my true love is the blues. And on my bucket list was to get to meet B.B. King.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got tickets to go backstage and the whole deal. I mean, the VIP treatment. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I mean, I almost had a heart attack just thinking about it. And I had tickets to go and see him in Chicago, and I'm 4 or 5 hours from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited. Was going to stay in a hotel, and I had this whole big thing planned out. And he went in the hospital and passed away. And never got to meet him. And that was like one of my big bucket list things.
Yeah.
Oh, I cried. Oh, I can't even tell you. I cried and cried. I still think about it and tear up. Oh, I loved him so much. He was just so awesome.
Yeah, I did watch your video and I left a comment. I maybe you hadn't seen it yet, but I said we have lots of things in common. I noticed a lot of stuff that we have in common.
Yeah, like what?
You mentioned Stephen King. I love Stephen King also.
Oh, yeah, love Stephen.
Any books, any movies. I like
They
classic
might
rock.
scare the pants off me, but I'll still watch them. I hate clowns because of Stephen King. Okay.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
Um, the tree frogs, I absolutely love tree frogs. Mama will get freaked out by a little tree frog, but
Oh, I
I will sit
love them.
there and pick it up. You know.
Oh yeah,
Um,
like I said, I had one happen through my kitchen. I think it
mhm.
piggybacked one of my dogs the other night. Mark comes walking up and he goes, "Look what I found." Opens his hand, little teeny tiny little tree frog. And, oh, he jumped onto my table and we're chasing around the kitchen again. And we got him back outside. But I love to listen to him sing at night.
Mhm.
I hear him a little bit tonight, but it's probably a little too chilly. Last night they were out full force.
I can hear them in the distance. Either the toads. She goes, I don't get freaked out. I just don't want them peeing on me.
He's trying to get warts. That's my grandma used to say. You get
Yeah.
warts. Oh, they're so cute. I love them little sticky fingers, and stick right up on the window and everything.
Hmm.
They're so cute.
I like geckos too. The
Yeah, my granddaughter
not
likes
green
them.
lizards or the brown ones, but the little geckos that have like they're light colored. They call them house
Yeah,
geckos or something.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
absolutely love those. Those are so cute.
When I lived in Kentucky, we used to have the little lizards running all over. They run all over the place, and especially up underneath my wood porch. And I had a
Hmm.
great big back porch, and I'd watch my cat. I told you she's a hunter. I'd watch her chasing them lizards, and they'd go in these little bitty cracks that she couldn't get into. I don't know what kind of lizards they are. They're only about this big. I never
Yeah.
seen any bigger, but big old black house snakes, she leave them alone. But them lizards, she chase them all over the place. It's kind of
Um,
funny watching her not be able to catch something, but she's pretty good at it.
I had a cat one time years and years ago. It was a little boy cat. He was real young, but he could catch hummingbirds.
Whoa, he must have been
I'm just
fast.
like, I think he was because I would actually I caught him 2 or 3 times, and he had a hummingbird, and I was able to save the hummingbird from him. And I went and put
Aw,
it up in a tree where he couldn't get to it. And eventually, I saw that it eventually just flew off. And I'm like, oh well, good, it's gonna live because it sat
yeah, it's gonna live. Yeah,
ever. And then it finally, I was watching it, and it just went, floop, took off. So,
I remember one time I was out mowing the grass, and we got a lot of hummingbirds. And I was out
mhm.
mowing the grass, and I found a little hummingbird nest fell out of the tree. I've never seen one before. Have you ever seen one?
I've heard they're as big as a thimble.
They're like it was. I want to say as big around as a nickel, maybe between a nickel and a quarter, and it had this itty bitty egg in it, probably about the size of a green pea.
Oh,
And I didn't know what to do. I had an egg and I tried putting it back in the tree and it blew out and I didn't know what to do. And so I ended up bringing it in the house thinking if I kept it warm, maybe the egg would have, I didn't know what to do with it. Well, the
hmm.
egg never hatched and I still have in my china cabinet that
Oh,
hummingbird. But I've moved a couple times and it's gotten a little beat up. So now it's about this big around, it's kind of loosened up.
yeah.
It's probably about that big. But yeah, and the little egg's still in there. It's just teeny tiny.
Oh.
I know.
All right, let me read some of these comments. They're chatting away over here.
Oh boy. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. It happens, and then I catch up on the comments, and we'll ask another trivia question. Diana's saying Mork and Mindy, and Diane also said planes, trains, and automobiles. Yep, I like that one.
Dead Poet Society.
Hmm. Joanne says, I like Robin's movies too. What was that movie that he pretended to be a doctor? So funny. Diana goes, don't remember that one. And then Diana goes, Cuckoo Nest.
Oh, yeah.
Anita's asking, have you ever read the Dark Tower series? Love them. I've seen the movie, but I've never read the books yet.
No, I haven't read them.
And the only reason I think I watched the movie, one, it was Stephen King, two, it had Matthew McConaughey in it.
Yeah. That's a plus.
Yeah. I really like him. I should have said him on my 23 questions instead of Johnny Depp and John Cusack. I do like a lot of actors, though.
Yeah, me too. It was hard. I love Morgan Freeman. I just love him. Yeah, I'll watch it. Anytime somebody says Morgan Freeman's in a movie, I'll watch it, you know.
Me too.
But Jack Nicholson. I really like him, like in The Shining and, you know, all that. He was really great.
As Good as It Gets was one of his good ones, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one.
Patch Adams, that's the one they're thinking of, I guess.
Yeah,
the one with the nose. And Melanie says, I've heard the lizards kill spiders. I have too. And also wasps, like red wasp will sting a spider and then carry it off. I mean, the spider will be twice the size as a wasp, but they're sitting there dragging it along the ground. What
that's
dreams
the first
make
time I ever heard a reason to keep wasps.
Do what?
I said that's the first time I ever heard any reason to keep a wasp around.
Yeah.
Because it kills spiders. Ooh, I'm terrified of spiders.
And Anita says the books are addictive. Yes, The Shining, when I read that one, because I had only read, seen the movie The Shining. I've never read the book, so I wanted to read the book. And it is so, so completely different than the movie. Very, very different. But his mini series that he did called The Shining, it was like, I think, a 4-part episode or a 3-part episode, was almost exactly like the book. And that, I think, was in 97. And I think he written the teleplay and produced it. So he had a big say-so on how the miniseries went. All right. So our last 4 questions we got. What does Bob's t-shirt say while on vacation? A, I love rock and roll. B, get off my back. C, don't hassle me, I'm local. Or D, I'm on vacation. Hey, there's Laura Lee. Welcome in, Laura Lee. How are you?
Hi.
The garden's doing pretty good. I did have to replant some cucumbers because I think out of 20 seeds, only 4 came up. So I went and replanted some along, and other than that, everything else is growing. Diana is guessing C. And Karen says D. Melanie says B.
This thing is so heavy. It's hard to maneuver. Why do I always pick projects that I have a hard time maneuvering? Huge things.
Diana, we don't really have too many deer out here, really. We had one a couple of years ago. It was a young doe, but hadn't seen her in several years, so we don't
We
have to
do.
worry
We got
about
them running everywhere.
Anita guesses C. Joanne is going to guess D. Oh, yeah, I believe so, Laura Lee. But see, that's the cucumbers and the zucchini that I planted are for Joe's contest. So they end at a certain time. So if I'm just hoping they produce. But I do have 4 plants that are looking good, because last time in the fall when I planted cucumbers, about the time when they started getting a little big, they started flopping over and dying. So they're not dying yet. Yay. Welcome back, Abe. He guesses A. And the answer to this one is C. Don't hassle me, I'm local. Number 13, what is the doctor's son terrified to do? A, dive, B, sail, C, swim, or D, ride a bike? Oh, I sat too long with my knee in one position. Now it hurts.
I'm sitting on this little bar stool thing, and it's not the most comfortable thing in the world to sit on either. I found it at the thrift store, and I gave it a what's the word I'm looking for? A makeover. You want to see it? Sorry.
Sure. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like the bottom part of it is all aluminum. And I thought about spray painting, but then I used a Brillo pad on it. It came out real nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the top of it didn't have any cushion, and it was all beat up. So I redid the cushion and reupholstered it. It's
Well, you
comfortable
did a
for
good
a
job.
minute. Well, thank you. For a minute, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Not long.
Did you check out the compost tea? They'll do really good. What do you mean by compost tea? Diana guesses C. Karen guesses A. Anita guesses D. Abe guesses D. And Joanne guesses C. The answer to this one is A. Dive. He's scared to dive. Number 14. How does Dr. Marvin decide he is going to get rid of Bob? A, shoot him. B, blow him up with dynamite. C, stab him. Or D, run him down with his Jeep. Melanie says, oh, I love butterflies. They love the butterflies.
I got this bag at Hobby Lobby.
Mm-hmm.
When I went there for the clearance sale, it wasn't on clearance, but it was 50% off. So I got it for like $10. It's a nice bag. Yeah, I like butterflies too.
You know, and I looked at the bags. They didn't have anything marked off on sale for any of that. Aw, that's pretty.
It represents my daughter. She collects blue morph butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
You said you went to a Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
You didn't find no clearance?
Mm-hmm. They didn't have those 50% off, but we did get I think it was your channel, I saw the pom-poms on the big 6-inch, and I found 2 of those. They had several different colors, but only 2 were on clearance, the pink and the gray. So I got one of each. And I got a couple other things. Yeah. So I was just like, I was excited.
I've never made that sale before. I'll see it, and either my Hobby Lobbies around me will have already done it, or I'm there before they do it. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe sometime next week. By the time I get there, it's all gone. So this was the first time I ever made it. So I was pretty excited. You know, 90% of it I'm putting in giveaways and stuff, but I still, I got a few things for myself. Got that
Yeah.
big yarn bowl, which I really like.
Um, okay, thank you, Laura Lee. I'll be looking for the compost tea email. And Frog says C. Karen says B. Diana says love it. I think she's meaning either your tattoo, the bag, or the stool. I'm not sure.
Butterflies in general.
Yeah. Laura Lee says love the butterflies. Joanne says D. Diana says used coffee grounds are good too. I have heard that. I've put coffee grounds in on top of the soil. Charity says I'm back. I was sending emails out to the winners of the giveaways that I had the tracking numbers for their packages.
Nice.
Abe says for the next two questions, D and C. So he guesses D for this one. So running down with his Jeep. And Charity guesses C. Stab him. And the answer for this one is B. Blow him up with dynamite. All right. So the last question. Abe has already guessed C. And I hadn't even asked the question, but Joanne is asking do you know how often they have clearance sales? I think they have the Notion sale before the yarn clearance sale. And that is
June, July, usually.
To August, because one year we had it in August, the year later, which is last year, we had it in July. So, but the Notions is usually on clearance right before the yarn goes on. All right, so this question is, who does Bob marry at the end? A, Dr. Marvin's sister. B, Dr. Marvin's secretary. C, Dr. Marvin's daughter. Or D, Bob didn't get married. Karen says, if spent coffee grounds, leave on top. If new unbrewed coffee grounds, those you can work into the soil. Huh.
And what about eggshells? I always thought eggshells and coffee grounds were like something to put together.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah, I always thought.
Hi, Lisa the Grammy. You got a warning from me? I mean, on my live? Well, she says, hello, I'm fighting with yarn and listening to two lies. You still need to email me, Lisa. You won a pattern from me, I think, the week before last, and I never got an email from you. Diana guesses D. Karen guesses A. Anita guesses D. Joanne guesses D. Karen says eggshells are a good source of calcium. Crush those up and spread around. Anita says wood ash is great for tomato plants.
You know, my grandpa used to do too. And my grandpa, he was quirky, so I never know if what he did was like the right thing to do or not. Because he had all kinds of weird superstitions and things like that. But he would go and put sugar in the hole for every tomato plant. He would put sugar in the hole to make his tomatoes sweet. That's what he told me.
Mm.
Whether that's the truth or not, I don't know. But my grandpa always did that. So maybe one of y'all
I've
can
never
tell me,
heard.
is that an old wives' tale and he was wasting sugar, or, or is it true?
Charity is going to guess D. And Lisa says, yes, it told me to be civil and polite. Okay, I'll email you again. Like for someone that I guess YouTube may have kicked you off, or since you hadn't been on a live in a while, when somebody joins the live for the first time, it makes you agree to the terms that I have set for my lives. Be civil and polite, and treat everyone with respect, no
I've
cussing
been
in the
into that.
comment
Yeah.
section or anything like that. So
I've actually run into that a couple of times the past couple of days.
yeah. Charity says, I finally found me a 15mm crochet hook today. I found it at Joann's. Everywhere else I looked, it was sold out.
I got one. I think I got it at Joann's. This big wooden one. No, that's a 19. I'm sorry. I thought that big wooden one there. No, I guess not. I was going to say, I think I got that one at Joann's. But it's a 19, so it's a lot bigger.
Mm. Yeah, I found a 12mm. I didn't have one of those either. I was excited.
I know, I didn't have one either. I found one too. Are those bamboo hooks they had there? Yeah, I'm going to have to keep that one.
Let's see. The reason not mixing the used spent coffee grounds is because they will harden and end up choking the plant roots. Keep several inches from the base of the plant. Karen also says the white pot ash is good for most plants, but not for blueberries and some fruit trees. You should research before you use pot ash, though.
Does anybody know about the sugar thing?
No, not yet. Hi, Kim. Welcome in. She says the only thing about eggshells is that you would need to completely grind them to benefit it. They are too large to decompose for the present plant. Now, Lisa the Grammy, let me know on the next live when you come in if you see that message again, because it's supposed to only prompt you one time when you come into the live. Anita says yes, use sugar too.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't crazy. He used to do just some of the oddest things, you know. Like I said, a lot of them was old wives' tales, though, you know.
Melanie said she's seen the questions when I came into the live also. I know I had just recently said that. I think it was after my Tuesday live. So maybe since it was just initiated, it's like an experiment on YouTube. They said suggested. I guess I can turn it off, but yeah.
I've seen it though a couple times this past week. So you're not the only one, you know. I've seen it a couple times.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of good that I'm not the only one doing it. You know, I've heard
so it's not
a
nothing
lot
on your end.
problems.
Yeah, it's nothing on your end. I think it's just maybe something YouTube's doing.
Karen says, never heard about the sugar, but I placed bone meal in the hole before planting my veggies.
That makes sense. Yeah, my grandpa used to put sugar, and he used to do all kinds of little odd things. But But the sugar always struck me because evidently I was there when he was pouring it in the holes. I said, Grandpa, why are you pouring sugar in the holes? It makes tomatoes sweet. I said, oh, okay. Whatever you say.
Kim says it prompted her this time. Diana says, Rowdy Tuesday group.
Right?
Diana also asked, does the sugar make them sweet? Supposedly. Hi, Sue. Welcome in. How are you?
That's what my grandpa said. He said it made his tomatoes sweet. So.
Yeah. I'm going to have to try that. When I plant my tomatoes, I'll put sugar with them.
Do you always plant the same kind of tomatoes so you can have a comparison to, like, do you always plant the same kind?
Well, I have several of one kind and several of another. But I usually this is actually the first time I planted from seed, tomato seeds. So we'll see. I'll do, I have two different kinds growing. One's a blush tomato, which is kind of the shape of a Roma tomato, and then one's a chocolate stripe. I can take one of each plant, put sugar with them, and then test it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. I always wonder if that was just an old wives' tale or what. I mean, he was born in the late 1800s.
Wow.
So yeah, so he had a lot of little quirky things that, oh, a broom falls, company's coming. Don't put your shoes on the table, or you're gonna lose your way. And if your left hand itches, you're getting money. Your right hand itches, you're paying money. And I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Your foot itches, you're gonna travel. This foot itches, you're gonna be stuck at home, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff. It says my battery's getting low.
Okay.
I might have to
So the answer to the last question was A. Bob married his sister. Uh-oh, we lost her. I think her camera got unplugged. Uh-oh. I can see her little box here. It says device not connected. And now it just completely disappeared. Well, I'm going to wait on her to get back. And I'll go ahead and do the giveaway portion. I'll give one pattern to one winner. Aw, thank you, Diana. I absolutely love the little cardinals. So we'll go ahead and do the giveaway portion. Let me type start. I hope she comes back before I have to end it. I've almost been on here an hour and 45 minutes. So we all know how compost is good in a garden. Get a bag and 2 coffee cans full in a 5-gallon bucket. We'll fill with water, set it out in the hot sun to steep like tea. Okay. All right. So for the word, oh, poor D. Your computer ran out of a battery. Thank you, Christy. Okay, so let's see. Now it is for a crochet, one of my crochet patterns. So if you can still enter if you want to, Abe. Let's see. Let's see. How about we type Friday, Friday. I don't know if I've seen anybody say the word Friday in the chat yet. So, and I'll get the StreamYard tool set up. There she is.
Hello, my battery died. I'm on my phone now.
All right. Well, I just started. I know you were probably watching for a couple of seconds, so I just went ahead and started the giveaway portion of it. So.
Technology is not my friend today.
Yeah, I think everybody has days like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, I got to share the screen.
Pears, apples, mangoes, bananas. No strawberries, no blueberries, no blackberries.
I don't know if y'all all can hear them talking about fruits and everything in there.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Well, oh, okay. Start collecting comments. I thought I already clicked that. Nope. Okay, so 11. Make sure it's sharing. Okay. All right, so good luck, everyone. Linda Davidson.
Thank you for the beans.
Congratulations.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
And finish canning the pear sauce.
I had it
Water's
on
flowing.
places that made up for it.
Ma'am?
I had it on 2 places that made up.
Yep.
All right.
Live.
Let's see. Wow, your screen went all pixely. That was weird. Okay, so Linda Davidson, you are the winner, but I think I'm gonna pick one more and try to get one that also participated in the trivia. So I'll give 2 people one pattern. So let's draw again. But my email is listed in the I'm forgetting it. Kim G. What the heck am I trying? Description box.
You froze. I didn't hear a word you said.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Linda and Kim.
And my screen is not. Yeah, I noticed that. My screen. Come on. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, you sound better now. You were all kind of freezing up and beep, beep, bop, bop, boop, boop.
Yeah, my computer does not like when I share things with the split screen or anything. So Linda and Kim both send me an email, and I'll give you a link to my Ravelry shop, and y'all can pick out any pattern y'all want off of my shop, and I'll send it to you.
Congratulations.
Do what?
Oh, I just said congratulations.
Oh, let's see. There was a change in plans on the Yarnaholics Live. It was going to be on Coping with Yarn's channel, but something was wrong with their computers, so we had to move it. And so now it's going to be on Connie's channel this weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going live, finally drawing my grand prize winner for the collab. And Dee also has a giveaway going on for her 300 milestone, which congratulations, Dee. And
I actually have 3 giveaways going on right now.
Oh, wow.
Because they overlap.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
She also just hit 400. So she'll be having another one giveaway soon.
Yeah, one gets picked tomorrow is for thread, all the crochet thread, and the little tiny crochet hooks, and some books on doilies and things you can make with thread. So that's what is in that giveaway for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that came in and talked with us and chatted and participated in the trivia. And do you have anything you need to say or want to say or anything?
Nothing. Everybody's been asking me about tutorials, and I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to sit down tomorrow and I'm going to work on it. So we'll see. I'm just nervous I'm going to forget to tell y'all something, and it's going to mess up the whole project. You know, it's nerve-wracking to me, but
it is a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Something simple at first, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I am going to be doing tutorials. Everybody keeps asking me, and yeah, I'm going to do it, but it's going to be baby steps.
Alrighty, everyone. I hope y'all all have a great weekend, and take care, stay safe, and we will see y'all later. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.